Greetings, everybody. This is John Muca with an update on the approval process for the $30 million centralized pre-K to be built at the Robinson Elementary School on Gropp Avenue. The school board's meeting tomorrow, 6 p.m. Wednesday, on the 30th, and one of the items is to approve the $11 or $12 million of state funding that's already been made available. So let's just explore this quickly, give you some idea of what this is all about. We're urging you to email the school board members and ask them to take no further approvals of this $30 million project until three important things take place. The first is a traffic study, completed, analyzed, and discussed. Secondly, a decentralized pre-K design, so we have something to compare to this $30 million project. And finally, some information about the other $18 million of funding that's supposed to come from Mercer County Improvement Authority bonds. Simply, how much is the total interest bill for taking out this loan? Those are the three things to emphasize when you decide to email the school board. Now, it all comes down to, is this $30 million project the best choice for Hamilton when it comes to pre-K? Well, it's a beautiful design. It looks good in terms of the perspectives that the architects have given us. And it does look like a $30 million project. But let's just take a quick look at the neighborhood where that's going to be built. So for those of you that may not be too familiar with the area, this is actually Gropp Avenue, runs along the front of the existing building. And then we have Sharps Lane that goes down around the right side of the building in this depiction. You can see that there's all houses butting right up against the property. Hempstead Road, which will become a key access point for the new building. Homes across the street here, and another row of homes on Martha, directly adjacent to the property. And this is what it looks like right now. This is from the architect's presentation. And this is the existing Robinson buildings here and some of the other areas that go with it. This is what it looks like without the new building. Here's what it's going to look like with the new building. So you can see a 47,700 square foot, two-story building, some parking lots here and a bus loop, another set of parking lots here, and a through drive from Gropp for drop-off, ending on Hempstead Road. Now let's just play a little game like you do when you go to get glasses. Let's just compare these two views. This is with the building, and this is without. With and without. Which is better, with or without? With or without? With. Now when I do this, it seems like we're trying to push a rather large building into a very small actual piece of property. And we're going to take away a lot of the available space for these kids to get some recreation. Here's some of the details. These are the existing buildings. This is the 47,700 square foot two-story addition. We have a new play area. We have a pre-K drop-off, pre-K bus loop parking, and drop-off. Now again, it'll take the number of students at this location up to 750 students versus about 400 currently. So 400 students with lots of room, 750 students kind of being crammed into a space that wasn't really ever intended for such a large building to be placed. That's what it looks like to me. What does it look like to you? Construction will begin as soon as September 2025. Now, how do we pay for this? It's $11,670,000 in a state grant that's already been approved. Then we'll be seeking almost $18 million additional funds through Mercer County Improvement Authority bonds. Bonds are not a windfall, they're a loan. So just these expenses, all paid from taxes, is almost $30 million. Now, what's the alternative? The alternative is to continue our decentralized approach that we're used to here in Hamilton. We've got schools all over the place here. We have 23 different schools. And that's always been the philosophy in Hamilton, to have the schools, especially the elementary schools, nearby neighborhood schools. And the surprise of this strategic plan that was first published in January was that we were going to, instead of maybe adding maybe the same amount of square footage, but spread out among various elementary schools, it's all going to be added right here at Robinson. So it becomes a centralized drop-off for 3- and 4-year-olds, and magnifies the amount of busing that has to be done, transportation. I'm not sure how many people would put their 3-year-old on a school bus across town to get to Robinson. So there's a lot of considerations here. It's a $30 million project, and I don't think we've seen the scrutiny on it that we actually deserve to see. Now, not only is it probably a lot better in terms of what parents get out of a local school, but it's also could be a lot cheaper to build the additional space on the existing buildings. So you can price out the 47,700 square feet for $30 million. That's $629 per square foot. In the actual strategic plan document, they quote a price of between $429 and $506 per square foot for other types of adding construction to existing buildings. So the difference between what they're quoting for this 2-story building and what the 1-story buildings would be is between almost $6 million cheaper and almost $10 million cheaper. And if this $9.5 million is really closer to the truth, you're almost talking almost all of the $11.5 million that the state wants to contribute. So we've been rushed into this. We need more time. We're asking for a delay. You can be part of this by being at the school board. More importantly, we request, if you agree that we're on the right track here, please take a few minutes and email these school board members and tell them to delay any further approvals for this project until we get the traffic study done, we get the alternate view of what it would take to build a decentralized plan, and we find out how much these bonds are actually going to cost total, including the interest. So that's our update. Please join us in this. If you can be at the meeting Wednesday, that's great. It'll also be on a Zoom basis. You can look that up. But in the meantime, please get busy sending some emails. It'll only take you a few minutes. Thanks much, and we'll be back to you soon with some updates.